Hello everyone, let's work on a fun AI project. Today we're gonna build an RAG chatbot or an AI agent, whichever you call it. So that would let us answer our questions based on the game Dungeons and Dragons. We all know about this game, right? But sometimes few people have doubts based on the rules. So today we're gonna build an agent that would help us clarify any questions based on these rules. For this, I'm pulling the official documentation from the D&D page. We're gonna index that documentation using Azure AI Search, and finally we're gonna host an agent from the Microsoft Foundry, and then we're gonna couple all of them together. So let's start by uploading the document into the storage accounts. I'm here in my storage account. Containers, add a container. No, I already have a container. That is D&D source. And here I'm going to upload the document that I have. Browse files, SRD documentation, open. Alright, I mean, we don't have any files existing, but if you have any files, you might want to check this option. Upload. Now that we have the documentation uploaded into the Azure storage account, so let's start building our, let's first go into the Azure AI Search and index these documents. So indexing is a kind of process where you extract the text, convert them into chunks. Chunks is like small sentences, and then you convert them into vectors. So the whole process is called embedding, and then in Azure it's called indexing. So Azure AI Search lives within the Microsoft Foundry. So we're gonna go to the Microsoft Foundry, and here we are, Azure AI Search. So I've already created my own test search project, but test search service. But because since it's gonna take more time, I'm gonna just show you how to create, but I'm not gonna create another one. So if you want to create your own test service, you have to come pick the right subscription, resource group. In our case, I'm going to using test123, and your random service name, and then so make sure all of the items that you create are in one location. So right now I've started when I started this project, I picked US East 2, so that's what I'm gonna pick today. Yep, so US East 2. So when I created my own test service, it was enabled, so I picked that. But so you could pick whichever. So you could, if you start with US East US, then you should continue with that throughout your whole project. And then you click on next. I don't want any scale, networking. Wait, I haven't picked the cost. Yeah, the pricing tab, which is important. I don't want 160 GB. So for now, whenever you're testing, you want to go with free, and based on your workload, you want to increase the tier. And you're gonna click review and create, and then you click on create. But since I already have one, we're not gonna create a service. Let me go into the existing service, and so in the service we have two important things. One is the indexer, and the other one is the indexes. So indexer is kind of like a pipeline that would extract that would convert these documents into the indexes. Indexes is like the whole container or this whole the final version of the embeddings that we use. It's like a container of all the vector embeddings. So let's start with importing our data. So we'll come here, import our data. Right now it lives in Azure Blob Storage, but then as you can see, you have a whole other options. You can choose whichever that's convenient for your project. So I'm clicking on the. So now we are creating a RAG agent, and then the whole document. Let me open the whole document too. So the whole document is like 364 pages, but I don't think it has like any complex images. So in my use case, I could just use RAG, but then if your documents have like a complex images that you want also to be included as a context for the AI models, you might want to go with the multi-model option. So when you pick this, you would also have to pick additional models which would the extract the information from the images. So, but in our use case, I would just gonna go with RAG. I'm gonna pick my subscription. Storage account is test hub. Then you wanna pick your container too, which is D&D source. I don't have any folders within, so I'm good with that. Parsing mode, yeah, default, whichever it is. Next. This is the reason why I pre-create these things, because it takes a lot of time whenever you're indexing such things. And I need an Azure OpenAI Azure service, so I have this test OpenAI model deployment. So I've already had this text embedding model in my OpenAI service, so that's why I was able to pick here. But if you don't want to do Azure OpenAI, what you could do is you could go into your Foundry. Since we are in Foundry, let's me deploy an embedding model. So right now these are the models that I have. So I don't have an embedding model which converts text into vectors. So I'll go to deploy base model. I'll go to embedding. So as I see this text embedding ADA002, those are one of the popular models which people use to construct. So in my use case, I'm going to use this small text embedding 3 small. Then I'm going to deploy it. Default settings. US East 2, project demo video 1, continue. And while it's being deployed, let me pause the video and I'll come back when it's done. Okay, so our text embedding 3 small is deployed. So now let's go back to Azure, and in the kind, earlier it was set to OpenAI, but now I've changed it to Microsoft AI Foundry. And you pick your subscription, the Foundry project, and you see your embedding model which we deployed earlier. So I picked my embedding model, authentication is API key. I mean, you don't have to do anything. The system will automatically do it for you. Next, vectorize your images. I don't have any images. Enrich your data with AI skills. I don't have any images, so none of these options work for me. But then if you're using multimodal AI, you might want to check these options and then pick the associated model. I'd go next. Schedule, just once, yeah. Next, objects name prefix, I would pick rag D&D so that I would be able to identify the indexer. Click on create. There you go. Yeah, let me pause the video and come back when everything is finished setting up. Welcome back. As you can see, our indexer, which is kind of like our pipeline, successfully indexed our document. So it says 1 out of 1. Then when we go to the indexes, there we see our index. So its total is 3.8 MBs. And I could test it. Well, search for, let's do combat skill. So whenever you search here, all the relevant chunks of text will appear here, and it's also ranked and sorted. So yeah, I mean, you need to go to the field and you could uncheck the text vector so that you don't see all these additional numbers, all vectors. Oh wait, it's supposed to take it away. Title, I don't need the chunk. I need the chunk. I don't need the chunk ID. Parent ID. Chunk and title. Yes. Save. And search Explorer. Search. Oh yeah, I need to save it. So as you can see, when I search for combat skill, all the relevant chunks of text that the AI thinks that it is relevant to this keyword appears here. So now we're almost done. Let's go into the Foundry and deploy our model. So we've already deployed a model, but now we're building an agent that is connected to this model and help us answer the questions. So let's create a new agent. D&D FAQ. It doesn't like hyphens. So here you all the models that you deployed in your Foundry project will appear here. Oh, before here. So I did it too quick. So whenever you create a Foundry project, right? Two things that you wanna keep it in mind. So the first thing is the permissions. So you might always need two permissions whenever you wanna build or like use things. One is the Azure AI Project Management, blah blah. Role view my access. Yeah, it should pop up all the roles. As you see, I have like Azure AI Project Manager and also Azure AI Developer. So these two roles would let me like build anything. And also there is one more role called Azure AI User. I think if you add that too, I think it would help you. So you need those two IAM rules I assigned to you. Don't forget that. And then once you have those roles, you can manage your projects in here. So yeah, that's all I want to show. Let's quickly go back into our project here. And at this point, I think you also know how to deploy a model. So right now I've deployed GPT-5 and Claude Sonnet, but if you want to deploy any other model, all you have to do is click on the deploy and then pick whichever the model that works for you. Make sure to pick the right region, because if you don't pick the right region, yeah, it's gonna mess up things. Let's go back. Let's go. I'll click agents. Okay. So now we are in the process of creating our D&D FAQ agent. So on it, I don't know. These days I've been starting to like Claude models more, and here we have to give the instruction sets on how the AI should respond and what it should ground its responses to, and tools. This is where we're gonna upload our knowledge resources. I mean, earlier you should be able to do it via knowledge or tools. I mean, so technically we are attaching a knowledge source, but then I don't know, for some reason the Azure AI Foundry decides to consider it also as a tool as well. So yeah, you could do it either ways, either tool or Azure knowledge source. I would pick. So as you see, Azure AI Search, add tool. The moment you added it, it would all show the available indexes available. So D&D FAQ, I've created it earlier, so that's why it's showing up. Let me quickly see what is the title for the one that we created today. Azure AI Search, test indexes, RAG D&D. So D&D test or D&D FAQ. Available indexes, I think. Oh wait, which one is it? Yeah, I think it's none of the either, so let's pick this option, collect to a new index. I pick my index. Oh yeah, there you go, drag D&D. So this is the one that we just created. Click on add. So that's how you add. There you go, rag D&D, which is our latest index. And so for instructions, what I would do is like I would just ask the AI to give me instructions. Let me do that. I don't need this here. Since it's gonna take a lot of time if I type, I will just pause the video here. As you see, I just gave this one prompt and then it gave me a nice instruction set. So that's what I like to do. These days I'm not writing instructions through hands because I'm bad at prompting, which I should get better at. But I would just ask the AI to write the instruction sets for me. So I would just copy paste all the instructions. And I would paste it here. Okay, I haven't, believe I haven't crossed the limit. So I would save it and let's test it. Okay. Let's new chat. Hello. I want to know about combat skills. Ooh, it's working. Okay. So, I mean, I've never played the game, so you might have had a better knowledge about this result than me. You'd be able to judge it better. But since we know that it's working, if you want to like publish it, all you got to do is click on here and then publish the updates to either Teams or like the Microsoft Copilot Studio, and yeah, and have fun with it. So thanks for watching the video. Thank you.